everyone, this is Ep23, and welcome to episode 23 of Ep23's Dyson Sphere Let's Play series. Last episode, we collected ourselves some organic crystals and some spiniform stalagmite crystals, which are two very nice and very handy rare resources that I'm going to put to use right away. First off, I'd like to put those crystals to use. So if we flew over in this general direction, we would discover that we've got, you know, a lovely little setup here making these here doohickeys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically get rid of all this. So I'm going to void this whole belt. We're going to get rid of this belt. All of this. All of this. Don't think I need the water no more. Oh boy, do I have a lot of junk. Erase them all. Erase even more. You know what I should do? I should see. Can I upgrade inventory capacity real quick? Yeah, it's not a bad upgrade. Always need more inventory space. I mean, it doesn't help that I have like a bunch of junk everywhere, but whatever. Whatever. It's fine. And what I'm going to do then... I don't think I need any water over here anymore, actually, if I'm right about this. Void it all. Looking good now. Man, look how much we are freeing up. And then what I'm gonna do is simply throw one of these dudes down, and I should probably kick off. Well, maybe not. I need more of those things. You're gonna go in here, you're gonna get this dude, you're going to request organic crystals, give me about 500-ish of those on a demand node, and let's go ahead and throw some drones in there. Boom. Looking good. Alright, let's get this dude extended, let's get this dude extended, and then let's copy like that. Boom, 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 boom. How great is that all set up, huh? Lickety split. Just a whole bunch of awesome right there. So now we've got a rapid increase in the production of titanium crystals, which I think is pretty nice. What I might want to do in addition to that, let's fly over here and see what we got going on. I know last episode we discovered that we're desperately low on titanium alloys, like painfully low. And that's not ideal, not even a little bit. So what I might do today's episode, in addition to, you know, that little organic crystal setup that I did, how are you guys all doing down here? Because this guy was set up, he's making plastic so that he can make organic crystals, so that he can make titanium crystals. But we're flying in titanium crystals, aren't we? At this point? Yes. So why don't we just get rid of this whole stinking setup? I feel like that's a good plan, right? Like, let's just say no to this whole setup. I don't think we need it anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna say we don't need this no more. Right? I don't think we need that. Just delete it all. I would say we don't even need this. We don't need the organic crystal bit. Look how much cleaner our base can get when we do cool things like that. Eh? Eh? Not bad, right? Oh, thank you, inventory capacity. Plus 2 lines of inventory capacity. Plus 2 lines of inventory capacity is a pretty awesome thing to have. Let's put away some of this, but also this makes me a little concerned, especially this part. How are we, solar systemly speaking, on silicon ore? Getting lowish. Not in a terribly bad position, but definitely not in a good position. So that's something to absolutely pay attention to. Let's upgrade our Mecha Core if we can. 800 of each? That doesn't sound terrible. And that'll give my Mecha Core a little bit more oomph. It'll produce more power per time unit, which is good. Now these things could probably... I already kind of got rid of these. I'm gonna just... Do you even need to exist anymore, this whole thing? You're doing that, so let's do this. I'm gonna clear up a lot of junk today, let me tell you. I'm gonna clear up a lot of junk today. We're consolidating, as you can see, and making things cleaner. So I don't think I need you, like, at all. Yes. Dismantle. I'm gonna get rid of this thing, and instead, I'm gonna have the iron, or the titanium, come out of here. Let's do 500 on the demand. Does that sound cool? And that'll work, right? Look how much cleaner. Because we don't need this graphene stuff. Because remember, I'm making graphene elsewhere now. That means I don't think I even need this whole setup, do I? I'm going to say no. Wow. Wow. Look how much cleaner that is. And just void it. Yes, I'm voiding resources. Meh. I'll live. Speaking of needing more things, though, how are we for this stuff? This stuff we are desperately low on. Probably because we're hyper low on these turbines. So there's a couple things we can do to solve this problem, but we'll deal with it in a minute. I might wind up getting rid of this stuff. So one thing I'd like to do right now, how am I on? We've got some of those. I wouldn't mind cooking up another one of those. I'll make that manually. That's fine. How am I for all the things I need? I'm going to get up to 20 of those. That should be cool. That stuff looks good. That stuff we've got plenty of, which is nice to see. We actually have a lot of tier 2 belts. That's awesome. Let's get ready. To go to another solar system. So what I think I want to get right now, one of my low points for now is sulfuric acid. That's why this is so slow. We are definitely bottlenecking on sulfuric acid. Two things we could do about this. One, amp up oil production so that we can produce more of that. Or option 2, which in my opinion is the better way, and therefore the way I'm going to go, is we're going to go visit a shear. Because that is a nearby planet, or a solar system, I'm going to put an indicator to it, a nearby solar system with sulfuric acid oceans. So one of the planets in the solar system has an ocean made up of sulfuric acid rather than water. We can fly over there, put some pumps down, and then fly it home. Easy peasy. So I'm going to get a bunch more water pumps. And what are you lowish on? Probably iron would be my guess. Yeah, let's make sure I've got, you know, an excess of a few resources. It's always nice to have a little iron on you. Oh, look who ran out of iron all the way. Speaking of things we can clean up. I don't think I need any of you guys no more. Which means you're going to be a problem. Well, nope, you're not really a problem no more. What's this? A Mark II belt. Cool. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. And you also. Are you guys Mark III belts? You are. Lovely. Okay. So that cleaned up a lot of space. See how quickly you can start cleaning up space once you get to some rare resources? It's going to be a lot easier to do stuff really soon. So let's go. I think I'm ready to roll. So I'm going to follow my line because I set it to that, you know, to that thing. I'm going to be able to follow a straight line over to a shear, and we're going to investigate what this place looks like. Warp drive engage. Whoosh. A shear. Hey, look, it has a little ETA down there. 20 seconds. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. I like that little ETA indicator. So when you mark it, or whatever it was called, that button that I clicked, not only does it draw a line to it so it's easy to find in the night sky, but also gives you a handy little ETA signal. Now note you're slowing down. So let's come out of warp here-ish. Ooh. Nice. That is absolutely cool. Indicator is what it was called. Indicator. And then let's investigate the planets in the solar system here, because I don't think I've been here yet, right? So this is an oceanic jungle. It has crude oil, organic crystals, and spiniform stalagmites. We've already got the other one, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. This is a fire, ice, and hydrogen gas giant with a small moon around it that has fire ice on it as well, mineable fire ice. So if we needed a lot more fire ice, we could absolutely come tap into that. So I'm going to assume that this is the planet, therefore, that has sulfuric acid. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We have a lot of silicone and ore in this environment too, but not much on the planet that I'm going to go set up a base on. You know, that makes me wonder real quick. Real quick, I just want to take a look at Minaluva. That planet that I set up miners on, was this it? No. Oh, I can't see the ore distributions from here? Because I've been here before. I guess I actually have to be in it. Alright, so we want to head for planet 1 in Ashir, which would be this guy. And that should be our sulfuric acid planet, right? Man, that research has taken its sweet time. Could really use that extra power boost, but... Actually, I think what I'm researching is the bigger battery, right? I think that's the case. Woot! Alright, so it's a nice little lava-y planet. That's cool. So what do we got on here? We do have a small amount of coal. So let's look for the coal vein, just so we can set up a quick little dude. Now, in fairness, I could absolutely do wind or solar energy if we wanted to. It is tidally locked for perpetual day and night, so that tells me solar might not be a bad move. I don't think I have a lot of solar panels on me, though. I have none. I have none. And I never really automated those, even though they're not hard to automate. But, I mean... So everybody's like, why didn't you do a ring of solar panels around your planet? And that is absolutely a thing a lot of people do. I personally find that you don't really super need it. I mean, yes, you can do it. It's 100% the right way to do things. There's nothing wrong with doing it that way. You could do it that way. I personally like to do coal power and then quickly get into solar sails. You do whatever you want. That's the beauty of this kind of game, is there's 6 or 7 different ways to go about doing stuff. So I chose to do it, you know, one way, other people choose to do it another way, and that's all cool. So there's a little tiny sulfuric lake here. So here's the deal with these planets, by the way. Ocean-type sulfuric acid, every body of water on this planet will be sulfuric acid. And just like water on our main planet, it will infinitely pump. So that's pretty cool. So let's throw down... What I'll probably wind up having to do at some point is either ship batteries here, or something else-ish. So let's do you, even though technically we don't need it, but let's not break our pattern as we do stuff. You know, technically we don't need Mark III belts because there's only 4, but meh. Let's do Mark III belts here. And you know what? Believe it or not, I'm gonna pave over that area. Cool. And then let's get some power plants up and running. And then I'm gonna have quick inserters into you. And then let's do this. I like that plan. Okay, and then in, out. Cool. And then let's also configure you to be energetic graphite. Copy paste down the line. Give you a little bit of starting fuel just to get you going. And that should be enough of a kickstart to make this thing behave itself. That should be cool, right? I like that. And then everybody should come online. Nice. Alright, now let's go find a nearby sulfuric lake. I do like the tidally locked planet, though. Like, this planet is tidally locked. So what that means is that the side that faces the sun always faces the sun. There's no... Like, look, the sun's not moving. It is tidally locked, which means it's always facing that direction towards the sun. True story, Earth's moon is tidally locked with Earth. Alright, so that's why we always see the same face of the moon. We never see the other side. Let's find a nearby lake that's big enough to tap into. Like, yes, I just covered one up, but it was really tiny. There's a lot of tiny sulfuric lakes on this planet. I'd like to find something a little bit bigger. Like, these guys are really small. I know I saw a bigger one somewhere. Let's look on this view. There's some off in this general direction. That feels like a good place to go. Let's do that. Over there-ish. Yep, keep heading in this direction. We're about right. I'm trying to be relatively efficient with these things, but I'm not perfect. Also, it's more annoying to be perfect. So I'll just put them approximately. Alright, this looks like it should do. So let's do... Need liquid sources. Yep, we got some. Need foundation support. That's right, we want to face it that way. You think that's enough sulfuric to start us going, or should I just go crazy? Kind of a lake. Lack of item. Good enough for me. Alright, cool. So let's put in one of these dudes so that everybody's powered up. Cool. And then we can have our interstellar logistics here. And I'll just feed him, you know, power from this dude. Should be good. And your job will be to supply sulfuric acid. So you're going to be remote supply, local storage. Again, you super duper extra triple do not need to change the local setting because there are no local things. So it's not a big deal. I'll also drop the max charging power way down because that'll help. Because this thing doesn't really need power. I don't think he uses any power. So he just wants to fill up his internal buffer, and then once he does, he's good. And he slows down on power use. The more internal buffer he has, the less power draw there is. So soon, we will have more than enough power supply, right? Because generation capacity is 21.6-ish, and currently we're demanding 43. We might actually be a little bit low. We might want a few more coal power plants. We'll figure it out. So what I'm going to do is just feed you into here. And because they're such short conveyor belts, like, I'm not gonna... worry about mixing and matching belts tier 2 and 3. And right now they're not pumping, obviously, because they are low on power. But that looks pretty good to me. Cool. So as this fills up, power satisfaction could get better. But I do want to go check in on my coal power plants and see how everyone's doing over here. Doing pretty good, but could always use a little bit better. So let's do... Not that it's super important to do, but it doesn't hurt to have a little extra power. And then I can copy you. That might be enough. Maybe. Do I have tier 1 belts on me? Yeah, I don't like having those. Filling up my inventory with mess. Alright, so now we have unlimited sulfuric acid, right? Like, that's pretty cool. You guys need some fuel, which will make happen. Good. Power demands, feeling pretty good. I think these things draw a little bit of power. Idle consumption is 720 kilowatts. So using those big dudes is actually a little inefficient in terms of power. Like if you're on your main planet, that's not a big deal, but if you're on a remote planet like this, it might be. So maybe what we want to do is something a little bit chiller. Just to, I mean, it's almost a megawatt of power to manage them. Though it should be fine-ish now. Yeah, we're at 100% satisfaction. And this guy's not even full yet. So, yeah, we should be fine, is what I'm saying. And you guys are happily producing lots and lots and lots of sulfuric acid, right? So I think our production statistics at the local planet for sulfuric acid over the past 1 minute, somewhere around 840-ish. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. All right, so let's go back home now. So where is A Crab? There you are, buddy. Now I'm about to finish my research, which is a good time. So we should see the benefit of, well, it's going to increase the max battery size, not the speed at which we refill it, I think, right? But that's okay. Heading back to A Crab. I did kind of like seeing, you know, your ETA and everything, but that's alright. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm not going to worry too much about it. There's A Crab 4, so I'm going to head for him. And I think if you crash into the planet, it automatically turns off warp. Yes. So that's cool beans. Boom. Landed. Alright, so where am I? What am I doing? I'm down here-ish. So I want to head this way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the Interstellar Logistics Station that we already have set up. And I'm just going to remote demand sulfuric acid. And these guys should immediately leave to get it. See? And they're going to go warp out to... Ashir. There they go. Boom. Warping off. Nice. How cool is that? I love it. I love it. So now that we're going to get a bunch of sulfuric acid, we can come over to our titanium alloy producer and make that a remote demand-y type thing. You're... Oh, wow, you did... what do you... you are... Did I not set the output on this? I may not have. Hey, Mecha Core level 5, 1.6 gigajoules max core energy. That's cool. Now I wouldn't mind energy circuit 5. Ooh, that's a lot. 3,000. Whoo, that's a lot. 3,000. What I might do instead is bump up logistics carrier capacity. Just so those guys can carry more stuff per trip. Might be nice. Alright. Now this is actually working because I dire derped it. You know, it is what it is. Dire makes mistakes. So up here is where I want my sulfur to come in, right? So what I might do... What else is this sulfur doing, honestly? Literally, this sulfur is just about doing this. So what I would say is let's just nix this whole thing. Here to here, you're going to locally demand sulfur. And there you go. And now we can very easily expand this process, right? So all I have to do is, you're a Mark II belt. Not great. Is that better? Ish. I mean, that seems like it would work, right? Yeah. That seemed pretty good. Seems good to me. I'm gonna upgrade you just because you're a little bit longer. And then look, here comes the sulfuric acid. Boom! Boom, sulfuric acid coming in. How cool is that? I call that extra cool. So that is a huge bump up in the production of titanium alloys. What we will probably need to increase then is the production of this stuff. Yes? So let's amp that up a little bit. Yay, logistics carrier. Plus 100 per trip, by the way, on those is awesome. So yeah, we're probably going to absolutely need this. So you guys need how much steel? So you need 4 steel times... So you need 20 steel per minute? 20 steel per minute? And that's what you make by yourself. And you need 3 of these. So is it 1 to 1? It is. So this ratio is correct already. So I need 3 more sets of these? Or 5 more sets of these? 5 more sets of these. Okay. So I need 5 more sets of this. I suspect... that I will probably need this. Now I'm a little close to the pole here. Should probably be a little bit careful. That'll do. Go builders, go. Nice. Alright, how do I want to change this up? So it's 1 to 1, right? I agree. So then let's forego this bit. Okay. What I'm gonna do... And again, at the poles, so not a great place to be doing this, but meh. Make me a bunch of these guys. So instead, what I'm gonna do... is do iron directly into steel. Does that sound cool? With why you don't want to connect here, buddy. Are you too close or something? I hate the poles. I hate building at the poles. Did I kill you guys? I don't think I need you anymore, do I? Because all you're doing is making sulfuric acid, which we super don't need you to do. Wow, we super don't need sulfuric acid anywhere, do we? Like, I don't need any of this stuff anymore, believe it or not. This sulfuric acid is literally just gonna get stored now. Like, we don't need it for anything. How bananas is that? Control click, delete. Control click, delete. Control click, delete. Control click, delete, and delete. And clear up all the litter. Man, I love rare resources. They're the best. So maybe what I'm gonna do is, instead of building this up here by the poles, yes. Let's clear this out. Okay. Control click delete and delete. Clear the litter. So let's bring you here. Yes, I'm gonna remove. Oh, good, more research. That should fix everything up there. Good. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring these guys here-ish. What I'll have is Mark III belts going like this. What was the size? Shrink cursor. Alright, so you're gonna do that. You're gonna do steel. You still don't want to do that? But steel. Okay. And then... Nope, still too close. The challenge of building at the poles, my friends. This is why you don't do this. This is why. This is why we don't do this. And then you're gonna be iron, and you're gonna be steel. Because remember, it's 1-to-1 iron to steel, so we can do this way. And then what I'll do is just run like this. So instead of running you up here, I'm gonna remove all these bad boys. And you know what, I might even remove these. Just so you can be a little less derpy. We'll output like this. We'll input here. That should be good. And then you guys, with these, did I make these? Yeah, I made them 2s. Cool. Is good. Okay. Now, do you think I could copy and paste this whole setup? Collide with another object. Really? So what if I removed you? Oh, I like this. One more. But remove you. Oh, I like this. I've got circuits somewhere, right? Look at that. I very much like the copy and paste in this game. This is like the first time I'm really going a little bit, you know, hog wild. And it, you know, in fairness, works really well. I'd like to fit you. What I'll probably wind up doing then is just something like this. Because you have so much gaps going on because of the whole poles thing. So that should be really cool. So these guys should all be running at 100%, right? Literally, they get just enough iron in time to make their steel. Maybe even a little bit better. And now we've got a really nice setup here. So I didn't actually math out if I did enough steel or not, but I think I did more than enough. Because it's basically 1-to-1, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these. So we should be doing more steel than we need to. The question is will we produce enough iron? And veins utilization is not a bad thing to help out with that a little bit. Not a terrible thing at all. It does require quite a few research cubes, so I'm not going to go too crazy on veins utilization. And if we really needed to, we could probably tap into another nearby iron vein, like this bad boy, to help augment this setup, right? That wouldn't be too terrible to do. Now, what's all this hydrogen doing? This is my I'm making refined oil thing, right? For plastics, which we do want to do. I might wind up redirecting this hydrogen so that it's not so dire belty. Because I don't think I need the hydrogen that much. I mean, I do because I'm using it for red cubes, right? And speaking of red cubes, we might be in trouble because it looks like we're pretty out of coal down here. So we've absolutely hit the point of this game where we have so much going on that we need to restructure a lot of what we've done between rare resources and running out of other resources like the coal and iron veins that are just now tapped out. That is pretty bananas. So we're actually backstuffed on steel right now, which makes me quite happy because it looks like we don't have to worry about our iron production up here. I'm going to go on out a limb and say that we have enough iron production going on here to meet the demands of this steel producer. Because look how we're backstuffing. That's cool. Wrapping up point for the episode. Ep23 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That was one very long, all-in-one segment episode. I didn't have any cuts there. We had a lot to do today, and we 100% pulled it all off. So that's cool. I just want to real quick, we don't quite have enough of those crystal things going on yet, and I would like to see why, because we really should be in pretty darn good close shape to having that all set up. Are you guys short on something, or are you just slow? You might be just slow. Have I unlocked? I have not unlocked the next tier of crafter yet. But what I can do in the meantime is at least something like that. That seemed, you know, at least a little bit of an improvement. And then if I really wanted to, I could do the same thing underneath. Right? But that's something for another day. For now, Ep23 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We're going to have to amp up titanium and silicon very soon. So that's going to be one of the next immediate things for us to work on. I absolutely have to amp up the production of all the different motors. And we have a lot more research to do. What research should I kick off before we wrap up the episode? I wouldn't mind plain filter smelting technology. I'd like to see what tier 2 smelters look like. And then let's also kick off quantum printing technology. That is the tier 3 assembly machine. It produces things even faster. So I'm going to queue those two up, and we'll have access to some better production lines in the next episode. For now, Dyson23 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.